Hey, welcome. This is your host Lewis with the Forest Tech Magazine. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to another edition of our show for you. Before we get too far into this, let's just go ahead and A, welcome all our new subscribers, and B, let's welcome back all the folks who've been with us since our day one homies, our day one grimies, day one soldiers, right? Also, too, let's go ahead and do our disclaimer. Right? Today I got a big cup of coffee, guys. Man, I am almost done. And the reason why I say that, I had to go and do some trick or treating last night. It's just it was October 31st over here in the States, and now it's November 1st, and I am feeling it. It is 3 a.m. in the morning, and we are about to trade the London Open. And before we get into that, let's go ahead and do our disclaimer. And our disclaimer goes a little something like this right here: is that any and all information that's presented to you today, uh, anytime prior to this or anytime after this, should solely be considered for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing that we say, nothing that we do should be construed as uh, financial advice, right? If you're seeking financial advice, our advice to you then would be to seek out the assistance of a licensed, competent advisor. Advisor, right? So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump in to what you came here for, right? Trades. Trades. And let's go ahead and I want to address something. Last night, Brian Moore Sleep Less wrote in and he asked me about why wouldn't I or why didn't I get rid of the Great Britain Crown Japanese yen even though it was losing money at the time. And I answered that question, but only after he had already left the chat, and I do apologize. So I want to make sure that I go back in and answer that question first thing, just in case if he's watching the stream now or if he goes back in, he watches it later on today. Just want to understand something here. Here's the reason why. Brian Moore Sleep Less. Let's look at this. Break it down the hourly chart. When we initially took this position into this particular currency pair, one of the things that we noticed up front was that the currency pair was making downward movements over time, right? And so the whole premise of us going in was that if a object is in motion, it tends to stay in motion, right? It's centrifugal force. We learned that back in science, back early, studies as a child, right? And if you look at this right here, you see a high, you see lows, you see lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? It's making its move down. Now, we also notice here it seems to be a little bit of a pullback, right? It's coming out, right? Because remember, the market can move two ways, or three ways, right? It moves up, down, and moves sideways. And it usually kind of moves a variation of the three, which is up to the side or down to the side, right? And we see here it's kind of like moving up and to the side. Well, by the time we got into the market was definitely moving up to the side. And our analysis was that if it has been going down all this time, right? And we look back here on the daily chart, this is really since the beginning of October, it's been going down. That it's probably going to stay in motion and tend to go down unless something happens, some type of shock comes in and starts pulling this market back. It makes a U-turn, goes back in the opposite direction, right? And at the time, that shock had not occurred. Now, one of the things that we want to look at here, and this perhaps is where we went wrong, and let's look at, remember the other thing that we do when we come into a trade is that we always try to mark our support and resistance line. And why do we do that, folks? Because when we know where our support and resistance line is, it lets us know where we're at in the market, right? It lets us know if we should be buying, if we should be selling, or maybe if we should just be staying flat, right? Go back there and mark this real quick. Something right there. Let's see where we're at. All right, perfect. So without even looking at where price was at today, we came in and we marked where support and resistance lines were at. Now, seeing that it came off of a support line, right? I probably shouldn't have been buying, right? That's honest to goodness truth. But what I did, and this is, it happens. And I think we talked about this before. Money can be lost, money can be made. The idea is never get too down about how much you lose, never get too up about how much you make. Just understand that, you can go back out and redo this. It's not a problem. Anything you lost, you go back and re-earn it. You're not upset. But if we look, price came down, it did hit the support, and it was bouncing back up, going back up. Here goes the low, here goes a high, here goes a higher low, higher high, higher low. Price came back and retested that low and this low, and actually made a lower low. So that kind of gave me confirmation that, okay, you know what? This thing may have just came back in and pushed back through that low, right? But it looks like it may continue down through that low, right? Unbeknownst to me, prices continue to push us back up, and today we actually wound up getting pushed out of this position right here, right? We actually made our stop loss all the way back up here at this swing high, right? And the reason being is because when we got in, we were at a lower low, and so we put our stop loss back at the swing high. And the swing high was back at a significant distance away from our swing low. It's probably over 100 pips. So two things wrong with that. This is our what went right, what went wrong section. The amount of pips that it was away from the stop, from our entry, I was over 100 pips. Not something I typically do, but I did in this particular case just because I was, adamant about this thing continuing lower. And as you can see, it did wind up getting triggered, right? And then it tested back down, and now it's back up again. So all likelihood, this thing may continue on up. I don't know. This could be the U-turn that the market was looking for this particular pair. The way we'll play this one out is probably wait another day or so and just kind of look. Usually price is going to give you confirmation. Like I say, hit the resistance, hit the support, it's coming back up, and maybe making its way. It may actually be U-turning and making its way back up to the support line here, meaning some resistance line here. Am I disappointed? Yeah, because I had some more money to be made in this. It wasn't like my stop loss or my take profit was like far away. It was just a little bit under this lower wick right here. Just felt that there was some more price to move. But had I went in, and this is a mistake that I made, had I went in and just drew my trend line there, I probably could have avoided this 100%. But it is what it is. It happens. I didn't make any money off this. I lost some money off this. I think I actually lost like might have been 13 on this, 1,300. Still up for the week. Not gonna worry about it. If you look right here, let's see. Yep, it was 1392. It bounced. It lost 157 pips on that one. That hurt it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That trade freaking hurt it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We gotta move on, right? I did want to share that with you. Once again, I share everything. I share the good, the bad, the ugly. And I think that's the reason why people like watching my channel. And I think that's the reason why people like watching me is because one thing I'm not going to do is paint the tape here and make it seem like that I'm doing better than what I am on a trade or doing worse than what I did on a trade. I'm just going to always show you what it is, The other one is... Let's look at what we got currently right now. So what we got currently right now is the Great Britain Canadian dollar. Let's look at this one. And right now, this position, it was making money for us, and now it's losing, right? And you say, well, Lewis, what is going on? Well, just a day ago, you were up $2,600. Now you're going to be down everything you made. Yeah, I am. He said, well, what is the problem here? I don't know that there is a problem here. I think that my analysis is right. Let's see. Let's check this out. Let's go. Let's put trend lines in place. And we're going to say, boom. Let's say, boom. Let's say, boom. And I think you should put at least three trend lines if you can. You don't want to do too many. You don't want to do too little. And the reason wise because you want to know, you want to get some sense of where you're at in the market. So here's that. I don't think we did it wrong. I think we did it right. And let's look at this and let's figure out where we at. Okay. First of all, this was the market. The market came up. This is a resistance. The market came up, crashed through resistance, came back up, retested resistance, came back down. This is a support. It retested the support. It came through the support, right? And here is a lower support here, right? That price was on its way to, and we had our take profit just a little bit below that support line. But as you can see, price went back up and it's tested this support, and that now has become resistance. So I think we're still in a good situation here. It's come down from where it was originally, right? It's tested some support slash resistance, and it's either A going to continue back up or it's going to B continue on down. Now, when we initially placed our trade here, price was consolidating, and what I always tell you that when price consolidates, is usually going to spring out into the direction that was originally traveling 70% of the time, right? And it did, right? Here it goes here. This is where we got in at. This is where it broke through that consolidation that was happening. Price traveled down a bit, and then it U-turned and came back up. Right? U-turned and came back up. Now, and as you can see, this is where we were at in regards to our relations to our take profit. Right? It happens. You know, what could we have done on either one of these trades to make it a better trade? Well, first thing that comes to mind is that we could have did a risk-free trade, which is move our stop loss in place once we go into the take profit zone. Now, the reason why we didn't, the reason why that didn't happen is just because I wasn't actively trading this account, right? It's kind of one of, this is an account that, you know, the demo account. And I place trades in this account specifically to see how it's going to play out. Not to get in here and try to, you know, build it up and, you know, make it into $1 billion account, but specifically to see how it plays out over time. And we play this one out over time. Unfortunately, it, you know, it went against us, and now it's negative. It is what it is. But once again, even though we're down, this right here is not a total loss, and it's something that we can come back from. And here is our stop loss here. And what we're going to do is watch to see if we, you know, hit that stop loss today. Now, it looks like we're looking at this low, you know, high, could be considered a low, another high, a lower high. You know, it's definitely making its way up. Something you got to be mindful about, but it's also hit this resistance area. And as you can see, even though it's making its way up, it does not have the same momentum that it had prior. And so it's something to watch, right? This thing could be making its way, getting ready to turn back at any moment and come back down. Although I don't think so. I think it looks like it's going to continue up. So I don't know. We'll see. Not worried about it at the end of the day. I really wanted to go ahead and be profitable by the end of the month. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. We was able to cut the losses in half significantly. But we'll see how this finishes playing out. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. Because as you already saw, you know, we went and with one trade, we was able to, well, 4 trades actually was able to cut everything that we lost for the month in half. So once again, we're sitting in the same situation where we're going to be able to come in here and really only need 1 or 2 trades that we got on the board to place, and we'll be right back in the winning seat again. Not worried about it. Here's another trade that we were looking at doing. This is for the Australian US dollar. And our blue line is our entry, the red line is our stop loss, and the green line, if I can pull it up here, would be our take profit. This right here had a very significant take profit move. And once again, this right here is like the other ones. Fortunately, that Great Britain Canadian dollar one, we got in, I think, a little bit early on that one. I thought that was the time for that one to make the move, but obviously it wasn't. It's still doing a pullback. It hasn't been, you know, it hasn't exhausted its move enough yet for it to make its next move down. It's okay. All that means is that we have opportunity now to get in at a better location to for when it does start to make its move down, to get even better position to make its move down, right? To make more money. Same thing with this one here. We have set our buy-in or buy entry or sell entry order here at the blue line. And obviously it did not get triggered yesterday. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go back in, we're going to look at it again and probably move it up a little bit closer to where price is currently at now, so that way we get in at a better spot. So when price does start to turn, we're able to get in and get more of the move. So I believe this one right here by itself is like about a 400 pip move. And so let's see here. Oops, let me do this. Yes, 415 pip move. Sweet. And now we have the ability to add to this. Another 116 pips, right? So this can turn out to be a 516 pip move, and a $10 pip, that's over what? $5,000, right? $5,000 will definitely wipe out a $1,300 loss, right? 1,300 plus another $1,000 definitely wipes it out, right? So once again, that's what I tell you folks. Understand what you're doing, understand what you're getting into, understand, your money management, understand how much money you're risking and why, right? And then also understand how you come back if you take a loss, all right? If you take a loss, you should have a plan to come back, not a revenge plan. No, I'm a revenge and I'm gonna fight the market. No, it's a simple plan to come back and say, hey, you know what? I can do this. Same thing. We're looking at this one right here. This is the Great Britain pound, the Zion dollar. We look at this one. Buddy was moving sideways for a little bit, right? But it's moving down, right? Here goes a high. There goes a low. There goes a lower high. There goes a lower low. This right here is a high that's pretty much equal. But then there's a low that is almost equal, right? High, which is lower. Lower high. Lower low. Lower low. Lower high. Right? Lower low. Right? And now price came back up. This right here was a support zone. Price went through it. Here's another support zone. Price went through it. Price came back up, hit that resistance that was one support, and now price is on its way back down for this one. So this is definitely one that looks like it could be a possibility as far as getting back into, because we created another unique lower high, and price looks like it's on its way back down to the support level here, which this one right here looks like it's moving in pace on what we need it to be, right? So definitely it's one that we want to look at today to kind of move that support, that entry order in, and kind of play around with this a little bit. And you see overall it's still pulling down, right? And you see, I'm sorry. And you see it's been moving down over time, right? And then when it gets into the support and the resistance zone right here, how it bounced off of that support, and then hit that resistance, and now it's going back down again, right? But you look at how many days this thing's been going down, how much momentum it had going down. You look at the fact that it broke its trend line. That was moving up, so that lets you know that price is no longer making that trend, moving in the other direction. So that was a great opportunity to sell. Let's go back and get this other one real quick. What was that one? Oh yeah, CAD. Once again, this one sucks, but I'm not worried about it. This right here looks like, if you look at it, it's pretty much a sideways moving object, right? You see where price came down over here. It's back in July. In August, boom, goes up, hits resistance, boom, comes down to support, boom, crashes up, boom, hits resistance again, comes down, hits resistance, come back down, hits support, goes back up, hits resistance, comes through, hits support, goes back up, hits resistance, comes back down. It doesn't all the way hit support, right? But now it crashes back up through resistance. So it's one of those ones. This one has been a wildly pair, it looks like. And the key that we're going to see over the next several days is this move this move here moving downward but just not completed, or is this the move that's going to be moving up and finish? I still think that this is the move here that's going to be going down that just hasn't been completed, and the reason being is because if you notice, this thing has always completed its moves, right? From here as it went down, goes back up, it goes down, it comes back up, it moves down, goes back up, moves down, goes back up, but it completes the move down to its original support. Completes it, it touches it. If it doesn't touch it, it touches right there at it. Same thing here. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it goes up, it comes down, but it did not hit support. I believe that it will hit support. Is at resistance right now. Be real interesting to see how this thing closes out, and where it closes out at, and then what the next candlestick after it closes out, and how it's going to perform. Right. So at any rate, we're going to watch this over the next couple. It may just be the next couple of hours before it hits. But anyway, we're not going to worry about it. I think we're in a good position, nice, good, strong positions. For us to come out on this thing, pretty profitable and on top. And that's what we want. Okay? Anyway, let's get back into... Okay. Just doing some good housekeeping here, folks. Just checking, just making sure I'm checking messages real quick, check everything. Make sure everybody's doing good. Make sure all the feeds are up. If you have any questions, got any comments, got any thoughts, please leave them for us. Love to hear from you. If you trade anything right now, please let us know. Love to hear from you. Feel what you're trading. If you got any trades that you want us to look at or analyze for you, please let us know. Also, too, if you haven't already, get the streaming software. Next week, we should be going live with a real account. Trading off a real account, which is going to be really cool. You haven't heard me talk about it yet. It's freaking awesome. We're going to put real money into the system, and we're going to be trading it, and we're going to be looking at how it performs over time. And the cool thing about that is that, we get to actually use real money, show you real strategies, and this is going to be more of a hands-on type trading environment. This right here, of course, has not been. This has been more of a, we're going to trade, but we're going to kind of stay hands-off, right, and let you watch how the trade plays out over time versus once we go live, whereas we're going to be, going in and out of market, with some consistency as far as what we're going to be trading, and just on a day-to-day basis, making sure that our trades are moving according to plan. Okay. And remember, the goal is always control your losses. Let's go. Let's go here. Ooh, look at this pair here. So this right here is the Great Britain Pound, US dollar. I'm not trading this one right here at the moment. Man, that is a significant pullback. Let's see something here. You just always remember the market corrects. Don't get alarmed about stuff, folks. That's 555 pips. 185 pips. What is a correction? Correction is about 12 pips, so 10 would be 50. 20% would be what? 100. So you got to understand the difference between a correction and a reversal, right? Typically, the stock market, it corrects somewhere between 10 to 12 pips, and anything over, 10 to 12 points. Anything over, percent-wise, anything over 20%, if I'm not mistaken, is a reversal, sending you into a bear market. If you look here, 20% of 500 would be what, 1,000? Not 1,000, 100? My math is so crappy right now. It was too early in the morning for this. But I don't care. I am a trooper. I'm going to do this. What do I do this? Yeah, so 1,100. I'm sorry, 110. So I was right. So, and this right here is moved 185. So this could be considered to be a reversal, right? Because it's moved so far from its ultimate, its low. Is it a reversal? I will say it's right here. We hit a support, right? Hit a support area, zone, right? I would like to be able to see it touch the actual support, but obviously it hasn't. We had a double top, right? I think if anything, let's see, I think if anything, look for a price. Let's see. All right, I said if anything, look for price to retest back at this significant low here, right, around this area. And if it's gonna make its move down, that's where it will make its move down at. If it's gonna make its move up, then it should crash through there and continue upwards, right? And that's the way I see it, because there was a double top in place. So that lets me know that there was a significant amount of resistance for this particular currency pair. And what we maybe just be seeing right now is just a little bit of a cooling off period before we get the next move down. So, but is today a good day to sell this particular pair? Absolutely not. Will today be a good day to buy this pair? I don't know. I mean, you could, if things going to continue to go up. But like I said, that neckline is where I would be probably looking at placing my take profit if I was going to buy this one. But I'm not looking to buy. Let's see, Australian dollar. This one we kind of already been through a little bit, right? Which we talked about. You see the support and resistance lines. You see how it's been stepping its way up. Bouncing off of support, bouncing off support, bouncing from resistance, bouncing from resistance, bouncing off support, right? Crashing through support, hitting resistance, and now this is this previous support, previous resistance has become support for this particular currency pair. And now the thing we want to watch is what's going to happen next, right? This is where we're at right now. And now we want to see if price is going to go back through this level of support here. And if it does, then it should continue to make its way down to the next level, right? It's going to be very interesting to watch this play out over the next couple of hours, next day or so. Definitely going to be looking at trying to increase our profitability here, maybe move. I think we said this right here like 116 pips difference between where it's at now and where our entry sale was placed the other day. And I think for this one right here, what we do is move our entry sale up a little bit so we get a little bit better position, just in case this thing decides to break lower, and then we ride it on down, because our stop loss is still going to be at the same spot, same location, off of a swing high, and this just gives us a better risk reward ratio by upping where we can get in at on this particular pair. So I'm good on that one. Great Britain Pound, Japanese Yen. Once again, terrible pair. Man, thoughts on this one is we don't have any thoughts on it. You turn in the market, and it definitely could be pulling back up. I don't know. I think for this one right here, for us to make a decision on this one, I'm not going to get into it just yet. I'm going to let the market continue to play out. Give me some more price action on this one, just to kind of help me determine better, where we at. As you can see, it did break its trend line originally. Came all the way down to this level of support here. It's pushing back up. This is a pretty bullish candle as far as how aggressive it is, right? It's not really a wick. It's a very small wick there is, but it's just pretty bullish, right? Not going to sell, especially when you're close to support. We're going to watch it. If it breaks down through support, then we'll be looking to be a seller. If you were going to purchase, if you were going to get to this one right here, this right here probably be something you want to do as a buyer, right? But not looking to get in this right here. Not looking to, would not be looking to sell this at this time. Okay. Let me check something else real quick. Okay. Okay. All right, good deal. So let's look at the next one, which would be got that one. This is the one that we're in right now. Going to still maintain this position, even though right now we allow this one right here to kind of pull back on us. And I think we already went over this earlier, just as far as where we at support resistance wise. Price pulled through, price pushed through. Hit this level of support, pushed up, hit resistance, pull back down, hit support, push back up, hits resistance, bounces around, hits resistance, bounces around, hit that level of support, bounces around, hits resistance, pushes back through, hits this level of support here, springs back up, hits this level of resistance, tests resistance again, comes back down, did not come all the way back down to our level of support, came into the zone but didn't go all the way through. Now, whoops, sorry guys. Now we're at this level here, which was once previous resistance or support. Now it could be potentially resistance, right? And so the significant here is what we want to do is we want to look at this. We want to see if we're going to close above this or if we want to close below this, right? And depending on where we close at, depending on what happens on the candlestick after that, it's really going to determine what's going to happen with this particular currency pair. Is it going to continue to make us move up or is it going to continue to make us move down? Should be interesting. I tend to believe that price will go back and retrace and come to its support level. And it may move up a little bit before it does it. But who knows? It may just automatically go up. Don't know. But we'll see. But that's the reason why we trade and why we trade and how we trade is that, there are no guarantees. They're just probabilities. And you have to trade the probabilities if you're going to be successful. And as you can see right here, this was a price made a significant move up through during 8 o'clock hour this past evening. And then just kind of been hanging out here right now at the moment. Hasn't really made any lows, hasn't really made any highs. We're at 3 a.m. The question is, what is London going to do next, right? Is London going to push this thing up? Or is London going to let this thing come back to earth? Right? We shall see. All right? We shall see. Let's see. And one thing I want to check real quick is. Oops. Economic calendar. And this is one of the things that I talked to you guys about too before is checking your economic calendar, because there's a lot of information that comes out that even if you're not sure how to interpret the information or how to utilize information, it's just that so much information comes out that you should be aware of it, because you know that the information is definitely going to affect the currency pair that you're in, whether it's going to be something that's going to be negative or positive. And so it just helps you to be a better trader. Now we got some significant information that's going to be coming out of the market today for the Great Britain pound. But before we get into that, let's look at what happened yesterday. Okay. we go. Let's see what we got here. Mm-hmm. What I'm looking for is something with the Canadian dollar. This is Thursday. On Wednesday. Although Thursday is good because that's today. We'll look at what happened yesterday. U.S. dollar ADP employment change. 227K. So more jobs was created. Less applications for mortgages. Canadian dollar consumer gross domestic product year to date was actually better. Didn't expect that. So their economy is singing along. Consumer Chicago Purchase Manager. This has a lot to do with manufacturing. This right here. U.S. crude oil inventories. Okay. So, because Canadian dollar is affected by oil, this right here could definitely have an effect. I suppose the reason why we had that shot with that currency pair. Is there anything else significant that came out? Let's see, Australian dollar trade balance. A bigger trade balance than initially anticipated. Alright, so there's definitely some things that came out that could affect it, that could explain why we had that negative positioning there. Also, too, one of the things that could explain it is the fact that there is New England's bank rate decision is coming out here in 4 hours, and so therefore, what we could have been seeing yesterday and today is just people positioning themselves for that information that's coming out. Definitely, that could be the cause of the movement, and if that's the case, you gotta respect that, right? So that means around 8 o'clock today, the thing's gonna be coming out, and when it comes out, definitely is gonna move the market one way or the other. Okay. I, of course, will not be around to trade that. I will be probably sound asleep or out and about doing something. But we got our trades in now, and we got our positions in place, and we'll see how it goes, man. And if it doesn't happen the way we would like for it to happen, we'll just get back in and we'll make that money back at a later date. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's see here. Thursday, let's see here, 3 a.m. Nationwide house field. These numbers are off. Hasn't really moved the market, hasn't really touched anything. PMI manufacturing, that should hold some sway. I think the most though is going to be the Bank of England, what their rate is going to be, and I think the inflation report, and I think also the fact that they're going to have one of their bankers is going to be speaking. I think the forecast for future rate decisions, forecast for the economy as a whole, labor as a whole, manufacturing as a whole is just really gonna play hard on this currency pair. We also have the Canadian dollar manufacturing PMI is coming out at 9:30. The U.S. ISM manufacturing is coming out at 10. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff that should be placing some pressure on this market, so it's going to be pretty interesting going forward for the rest of the day. It actually will be. And this kind of explains a lot right here. This really kind of shows me why we had some of the market movement that we had. We had momentum going in our direction. Everything was going great, and all of a sudden we get this pullback, and I think a lot of it has to do with just positioning. Um, for what people are anticipating is coming out over today and potentially tomorrow. Once again, Canadian dollar unemployment rate, change of employment, U.S. dollar non-farm change in non-farm payrolls for October. Yeah. So there's gonna be a ton of information that's coming out that should have a very significant sway on the market. So once again, these are things that we want you to be aware of, right? Because these things definitely can have a positive or negative effect on you and your ability to trade uh, this market. And so the more you know, the better you can do, right? And the better you can do, the more you can potentially make, right? And if you haven't done so already, you can pull up you can definitely go in and you can pull up one of these economic calendars from pretty much anywhere on the internet. They're all over the place. And there's also, information here on your screen for Smart Trader, right? You can go in here, pull it up, and then you can see it right here in real time. Right, this right here is a little bit more detailed also. Another thing that I like about Smart Trader, I don't know if I got to tell you guys about this. So as you kind of go through each currency pair, right, instead of you having to go out and search for news about a currency pair, once you click on the currency pair that you're in, and you pull this news area here, it's automatically going to populate with news that is relevant to this currency pair. So if you're seeing like this shot where this thing like just shoots up like this, and you're trying to figure out, man, what the hell happened? What's going on? Right, you can come over here and you can pretty much find, why this currency pair is doing what it's doing. Right, you can come in here and look and see what's happening, and you know, okay, well, this is why. This is the economic data that came through that pushes up. It says, see, Forex today, excuse me, Great Britain pound pops on Brexit progress, Aussie shares trade, UK data, BOE, Bank of England key. So it says an eventful and busy Thursday, Asian session characterized by the risk-on market profile amid the latest reports on Brexit progress, China stimulus plans, and upbeat Asia Pac economic data. So I just let you know right there, part of the reason why the Great Britain pound has been experiencing this push up is because there's been progress made on the plan for the Brexit. Okay, these things are important to know, keep track of, because once again, it just helps you be a smarter trader. Lets you know what's going on, be more informed, and that's something else that I didn't even factor in was that the whole thing with Brexit, that a lot of times there could be some days where you're not even seeing any type of economic data on deck for the currency pair, but because there's something that's going on as far as a progress with Brexit or a lack of progress thereof, it could affect this pair, positive or negative. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm sleepy still. I only had about 3 hours worth of sleep. It's the life of what I do. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I need to cover here with you guys in this pair? No? So let's get out of here. Then we'll look at my last pair for the day, which is the Great Britain pound New Zealand dollar. And I like this pair. Oh, one other thing too, right? So you can get these shocks or whatever in the market. It causes price to push up or whatever, and it goes to these extremes. But price really does adhere to these support and resistance zones and stuff that's there. And so you always kind of keep in mind that this may happen, but always just kind of look for price to retest this zone if it's real. And with that being said, I do believe the price should be coming back down, but we'll see how long it takes and where it comes down to and what happens from here. You should always trade with a trading plan. Anybody that tells you anything different does not have your best interest in heart. Right? One second, guys. Check something real quick. Alright. So this is the Great Britain Pound New Zealand dollar, right? This particular one here, we did not get into the trade. We placed our sell entry order, and you can see it in blue. Our stop loss is in red, and then our take profit is in green. I think this one here was like a $300 pip move that we were anticipating, and that's cool. And we put our stop loss back around a market intraday market high, which it tested it, but because we weren't in the trade, it doesn't really matter because we didn't take a loss because we weren't in position, which is cool. This also gives us an opportunity now to maybe move up where we were previously set in place to take a position. And, it's about 100 pips, a little bit over 100 pips between where we're at now and where we were looking to get into prior. So, if we don't move it up no more than half, which I think would be good, right? We could do that, watch this thing travel over the next day or so, see if we can get in, and then therefore strengthening our our potential position, and then go from doing maybe 300 pips to maybe something more, maybe doing like, I don't know, 350, 400 pips all together. Because here goes our pips. Here goes our take profit here, which is at a support line. Right, and we see where prices come through. It tested this support slash resistance, bounced off, came up to the support slash resistance, bounced off. So next move for price should be back down to this support slash resistance and on down to this level of support here. Right? Pretty confident that's what's going to play out next. Now, am I 100% sure? Absolutely not. The only thing guaranteed in this life is death and taxes. But when I look at this and I look at how it's playing out, it gives me hope. Now, it gives me, how can I say it? Confirmation that we're moving in the right direction, that we're doing the right thing, and that we just got to let this position play out. Right? And it will over time. And also, just keep in mind, just remember, folks, you've seen it here with your own eyes, and you've seen me do it several times. Come back from losses, turn something that was a loss into a winner. It's not rocket science. This stuff is not hard. Anyone can do it. It's just a matter of fact. It's just a matter of having the discipline to be able to do it. And a trading plan in place that allows you to be able to do it. That's it. You got a trading plan in place that allows you to be able to turn this into turn winners into losers, and you got the discipline in place to be able to do it. It's not hard at all, man. You can do it. It can be done. And once again, use me as an example, right? If I can do it, anyone can do it. Trust me, right? I was the textbook worst trader on the face of the freaking planet, and yet I stuck with trading, learned how to trade. Here I am today, sitting down with you, talking to you, showing you the ins and outs of what we do. Okay? If you haven't already taken the time to do so, go to our website. There's a ton of information there, and some of the information is there. There's actually about trading strategies, and one of the things I'm very so proud of is our free online course on how to trade. It essentially teaches you the basics of trading. So therefore, if it's something that you're new to and you want to learn more about, or if you're a vet and you've been trading for years and you just want to get a refresher, please download that course. Check it out. Love to hear your feedback about it. I have several people so far, tell me they loved it. They're happy. It's really helped them with their trading. And hopefully it does the same for you. Good old coffee. Yeah. This is gonna be a rough day, folks. I'm so tired. I need sleep. Sleep. At any rate, I think I'm gonna get out of here, man. You know what? I'm not even gonna stay to the whole 4 o'clock. You know, we got 9 minutes left. Um, if you're up and you got questions, please, send it in. Um, if you're not up and you don't have questions, that's okay. Jot some questions down, send it in. Would love to hear from you. Check us out on all of our social media: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, um, and of course here streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to think, make sure I'm missing anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in. I think I'm going to adjust my positions that we have in place, and I'm going to give me some breakfast and then I'm going to knock off. Oh, so tired. My goodness. We got 9 more minutes before the market close. But what I'm going to do, 8 more minutes before the market, sorry, not market close, but before we get off. But I'm going to go ahead and get off early. I'm going to take a 8 minute early off. Trying to think, anything I'm missing? I apologize for this particular broadcast because I know I'm all over the place, and it's just because of my lack of sleep. I've been just running around. It's one of the things that happens when you get older and you get a whole bunch of responsibilities, and you just did a really horrible job at managing your time this particular day. Hopefully tomorrow should be better. But anyway, listen, guys, as always, before I leave, I always like to leave you something positive. And so I'm going to once again give you something. And this comes from the Zig Ziglar. He says fear. The word fear has two meanings. The first meaning is forget everything and run, right? So people that tend to be fearful, even though they may have studied, even though they may have learned how to handle certain situations, but when they get placed in those actual situations during a live event, they forget everything they know and then just run in the opposite direction. And the other one is face everything and rise, right? For some folks, which means that, once again, get put to a live event and all of a sudden, you're able to, all that training that you put in kicks in and you're able to perform under pressure really well. And that's part of the reason why we're going to do the live account, because, it's cool and everything that we sit here and trade off of a demo account, make money, lose money, whatever, and not really paying attention to it, not really stress on it. But when you go into a live account, it's a different environment because now this is actual money, right? It has actual consequences if we don't follow our rules, actual consequences if we're not able to go in and to perform the way we should. And so this is going to help us determine which one we are. Are we someone who's going to face everything and rise, or are we going to be someone who's going to forget everything and run, right? I believe that we're the prior, which is, we're going to face everything and rise, and we're actually going to be able to take this small account that we're going to start out with and change it over to something where it's going to be a significant amount of money, and we're going to grow it over time. And lucky for you guys here that you guys are going to be a part of that, and that we're going to see it. And not only lucky for you guys, but lucky for me that I'm going to have the ability to be able to do this with you guys over time. So anyway, it's about 6 minutes to 4. I'm getting out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for following me. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate the follows. Really appreciate the love. You guys showing me love. Reaching out to me, talking to me, asking me questions while we're on the streams. And just, your overall interest in what we're doing here. I want to, continue to make this a learning environment for each and every one of us here. Remember, there are no dumb questions. No one's going to laugh at you or pick at you because of the questions that you ask. No one's going to laugh at you or pick at you for any trades that you may share with us. The whole purpose is really to learn, so that way you become a better trader, and and then becoming a better trader, you make more money for yourself and for your family. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Stay safe. I hope you make a ton of money today trading. God bless you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I will see you later.